Autoline Daily is brought to you by Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
Here are today's top headlines. The restructuring of the European auto industry is about to begin. Chinese automakers have their sights set on Russia, and the Dodge Dakota could end up on the same platform as the Fiat Strada. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Thursday, January 21, 2010. And now the news. This could be the first step in the restructuring of the European auto industry. As expected, General Motors announced today that it will lay off 8,500 workers at Opel, including shutting its giant assembly plant in Antwerp, Belgium. All told, GM will reduce manufacturing capacity by 20%. And as Fiat's CEO Sergio Marchionne has been warning, the rest of the European industry will have to do the same. When Chinese cars started pouring into the Russian market 2 years ago, Vladimir Putin's government slapped a $7,000 import tariff on them, almost doubling their price. But Gasgoo reports that Chinese automakers, led by Great Wall, are now starting to make cars in Russia. And one distributor predicts the Chinese could become the biggest foreign automakers in Russia in 3 years. However, it quotes another analyst as saying Russia will make sure it protects its domestic automakers. Ward's reports Kia could lose nearly $1 billion in cumulative revenue as workers strike at its 3 plants in South Korea. Workers are demanding the same settlement Kia's sister company, Hyundai, gave its employees, which agreed to a no-strike deal and a 1-year pay freeze in exchange for several $1,000s in bonuses. A spokesman for the automaker says Kia has lost about 53,000 units of production since June. It's been rumored that the Dodge Dakota, or is that the Ram Dakota now, will switch from its current body-on-frame architecture to a unit body platform like the Honda Ridgeline. According to Ward's, Ram Division President and CEO Fred Diaz confirms that the Fiat Strada could underpin a next-gen Dakota. Right now, the midsize truck is scheduled to be discontinued in 2011, but if a successor is named, the Strada could be the one. But some inside Chrysler worry that its 107-inch wheelbase is too short for Dakota buyers. However, smaller dimensions could give the truck better separation from the full-size Ram. The World Trade Organization says it will investigate U.S. tariffs on Chinese tires. According to Gasgoo, a panel will look to see if the tariff violates WTO policies. The U.S. placed a 3-year tariff on tires imported from China, starting at 35% the first year and winding down to 25% in the third. China claims the tariffs are unfair and are protectionist. A decision could take up to 6 months to make. But you know, Brazil's also slapped tariffs on Chinese tires. And I wonder if the Chinese are asking the WTO to look into that one, too. Yesterday, we reported California may pull out of the deal for fuel standards if the government didn't make changes to those rules. But now it's backing down from that threat. According to the Detroit Free Press, the California Air Resources Board says it's fully committed to the rules. Even still, the CARB is not backing down from its comments that credits for zero-emission vehicles should be reduced, and that fuel standards for vehicles should not be eased in. Coming up next, we're going to take a look at the all-new Audi A8. Audi's new A8 is an impressive redo of the brand's flagship sedan. Recently, we went to the unveil of the car, and here's what we learned.
Behind that wall of media, VIPs, executives, and designers is the brand new Audi A8. The company chose to unveil its flagship model, its world premiere of the car, right here on South Beach in Miami. Now, if the new vehicle is anything like the event itself, it will be absolutely spectacular. In fact, to mark the occasion, the company built what was essentially a temporary museum right on Miami Beach. Called the Audi Pavilion, it was every bit as elaborate as an auto show display and just a couple minutes walking distance from the famous Fontainebleau Hotel. Inside, actress Lucy Liu emceed the event, while other celebrities like Christina Ricci and Chris Knott were on hand for the car's premiere. Audi tries to set itself apart from other manufacturers through design, which is why it planned the event to coincide with Art Basel Miami Beach, a world-famous exhibition of contemporary art. Surrounded by sculptures and paintings, the new A8 felt a bit overshadowed, but the real star of the show sticks to the same winning formula it has for years. Its next-generation aluminum space frame is 25% stiffer. Quattro all-wheel drive is standard and offers an optional torque vectoring rear differential for better handling. Plus, MMI gets some exciting new features like handwriting recognition. Under the hood, US versions of the car get a 4.2-liter V8 engine. With direct fuel injection and Audi valve lift, it delivers 372 horsepower. For the first time ever, an 8-speed automatic transmission is available, which helps boost fuel economy by about 15%. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour should take about 5.7 seconds. Altogether, the new A8 is expected to weigh the same as today's car, even though it's 2 inches wider, 3 inches longer, and comes with a lot more stuff. The world premiere of Audi's brand new A8 flagship sedan was an absolutely spectacular event. But now the real work begins because the company has to start getting the car in the hands of customers and the media like Autoline Daily. And you can bet we'll have a full report on it when we get some time behind the wheel. From Miami, Florida, I'm Craig Cole.
Audi's on a roll right now. And by the way, one of my guests for our live webcast at the Washington, D.C. Auto Show will be Johan Denissen, the head of Audi of America. That's next Tuesday live at 12:30 p.m. And we welcome your questions as we also ask the politicos in D.C. their vision for the future of the automotive industry. We'll be posting the list of guests for that show in the John's Journal section of our website later today. And by the way, if you live in the D.C. area, we have free tickets to the Washington, D.C. Auto Show. Drop us a line, and we'll be happy to mail you some. And then don't forget to tune in tonight for Autoline After Hours. Joining us live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time will be Jason Vines. That's tonight at our website, AutolineDetroit.tv. And that is it for today's top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow and tonight.